Is it starting to feel like WrestleMania season yet? No? Well, in a couple of weeks, that may change a little bit. Let's talk about it. What's up, you guys? It's the Wrestling Old Head. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling. Thanks for stopping by. Today, we're talking about OBAFEMI against Brock Lesnar, a match that was made official this past week for WrestleMania 42. Now, there had been rumors going and circulating around the internet for months that it was Brock Lesnar who was going to be challenged by LA Knight. Yeah, when that rumor started to really get into a fever pitch, they decided that maybe they should pivot. And due to the outstanding number of injuries that the WWE has dealt with over the course of, almost 6 months, that there was a decision that was made to possibly pivot from even that. And with the constant rotational changes that the WWE has had to go through with their card, I can only imagine what the original lineup for WrestleMania 42 would have been had there not been injuries. They have now shifted again, and the rumor up until this past Monday on WWE Raw was that it was actually going to be Seth Rollins. They were like, Seth Rollins is going to be cleared to compete, and so it is very possible that he can be the one that challenges Brock Lesnar. And in canon, for stories, it actually makes a whole lot of sense, because Paul Heyman was curb stomped by Seth Rollins upon Seth Rollins' return to the WWE, and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are like two peas in the pod, you know, they're synonymous with one another. And so with Seth Rollins putting on that type of level of attack on Paul Heyman and the Vision reduced to half their stable size, they're now essentially just a tag team with Austin Theory and Logan Paul. It actually makes a whole lot of sense that you would thrust Brock Lesnar into that position to come out for ultimate revenge on his manager, Paul Heyman, his sports agent, his handler, if you will, right? So when Brock Lesnar showed up to confront Seth Rollins, it was all but made official that that was more than likely the match that we were going to see. But alas, the WWE pulled their swerve card, pulled their Uno reverse, no Strickland. And they were able to come up with this brilliant idea of having OBAFEMI come out on top of that, march down to the ring as only he can do, and accept the challenge that Brock Lesnar laid out a few weeks back on WWE Raw. And on top of that, Brock Lesnar made OBAFEMI look like a huge deal. And what I would say was very astute and aware of Brock Lesnar, and I know he has his detractors, and he has more than likely a few personal demons and whatnot, but this awareness and ability to improvise on the fly was completely outstanding. If you go back and you watch it, when OBAFEMI came out, the crowd was more than on his side. It was a stamp of approval. He was over, and over in a way that we just don't see a whole lot in the WWE. Now, of course, you can say when LA Knight comes out, he gets a round of applause. Cody Rhodes, he has some of his detractors that are more sprouting up day by day, but he was super over for a long time. Roman Reigns still gets a huge reaction. CM Punk gets a huge reaction. But OBAFEMI gets the type of reaction that harkens back to guys like, and please don't crucify me for this, but guys like Goldberg. Guys like Steve Austin. An enigmatic Jeff Hardy. A type of performer that the crowd gets behind like they're cheering on their favorite team in a sports stadium. And when Brock was made aware of this, he not only made OBAFEMI look like a superstar with that fall from grace maneuver, which is like a raising sit-out power bomb, he told Femi to put his foot on Brock's chest. And Brock looked shook. Yes, the horror movie Jason Voorhees Brock Lesnar actually was shook at the mere presence and power of OBAFEMI. Now, the question remains, Is WWE going to do the right thing with this? And that is why we are here, and that is what we are going to talk about. Is the WWE in a position to where they can really start to shift things as their legends are starting to punch their ticket to the sunset and bow out gracefully in the WWE, and we're seeing more and more come and go as they please, like AJ Styles is retiring, or has retired rather. John Cena has retired. Rey Mysterio Jr. is on his way out. You see guys like CM Punk, who, I mean, he's got a phenomenal title run right now, but how much longer is he going to compete at that level? Probably not much longer. Roman Reigns, the same way. How much longer is Roman Reigns going to be around at the top of the card? Seth Rollins has been dealing with knee injuries, shoulder injuries, back injuries. How much longer is he going to do it at a full clip? It is now time for the WWE to think about a new generation. A generation of young guys that they can actually trust. For so long, and I'm talking about the better part of 14 years, we have seen guys like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes to a certain extent, and I'm sure there's an asterisk next to his name, Brock Lesnar, swim around the top of the WWE card. For better or for worse, there's been a constant rotation of those guys throughout the last 14, 15 years, and it's time for a change. Enough is enough. And now that we see guys like Obafemi and Trick Williams and Javon Evans and Jacob Fatu coming into prominence in the WWE and getting a groundswell of support, now it is time for the WWE to put their ultimate confidence behind these performers and give them the ball and see if they're ready. And it has to be done in a very calculated way. Brock Lesnar is more than likely going to retire, if not this year, in early 2027. And this year seems to be the most appropriate because SummerSlam is going to be coming to you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the hometown of Brock Lesnar. And I don't know if it's in the exact arena. I'm sure that if it is the exact arena, that it's had a name change. Brock Lesnar had a SummerSlam moment of moments when he pinned The Rock at the greatest SummerSlam of all time in 2001. It was a passing of the torch as The Rock went on to attempt to become the next Arnold Schwarzenegger in Hollywood, and Brock was given the torch, and Brock did really well with that torch. And this is sort of like a full circle moment now. We're 25 years later, give or take a couple of months, and Brock has an opportunity to pass the torch to Obafemi and then bow out by SummerSlam and give his career to the career killer in Gunther. Is that what we're going to see? Well, that remains to be seen. But one thing is for certain. When Obafemi steps across that ring from Brock Lesnar, the absolutely unequivocal right move is to let Obafemi stand tall. And maybe not even just stand tall. Do you remember when Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes had that 3 or 4 month feud after Cody Rhodes tried to finish his story and came up unsuccessful at WrestleMania 39? That whole story ended with Cody Rhodes beating Brock Lesnar, but it wasn't just any defeat of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gave him props. He raised his arm, he shook his hand, and he gave him the floor and bowed out, and Brock disappeared for a long time. Brock knew that the WWE was going to be in great hands with Cody Rhodes at the helm. Maybe there's a pun intended there when I said helm. Zlee. Diving forward. So, Brock Lesnar, he is now in this opportunity to get a young, fresh megastar in Obafemi over. Now, who knows? If Vince McMahon would have been running this company, maybe we wouldn't see the Obafemi that we see right now. Maybe he would look something like Saba Simba did when poor Tony Atlas was fitted with a gimmick of a tribal guy that was dancing around in the 90s. Maybe it could look like that, but it's definitely working for Oba right now. When Oba comes out, there's an aura, to quote some of these younger hip cats now. He comes out and he marches out 6 or 7 times. 6, 7? Still trying to be hip and cool about it, but there is definitely something different about him. And we can all feel it. And he has unanimous crowd support right now. If you get behind this guy, you are set in your main event for years to come. Because unlike a Cody Rhodes, Obafemi isn't even 30 yet. He's a massive human being. He dominates. Rusev, just more than likely recently, put him over in like under 5 minutes. Get the ball behind this guy and you can create some of the top villains. You can create some great dream matches. You can create a new generation. And I think Brock is aware of that, but is the WWE aware of that is the question. And my answer to that question is very simple. I think so. I think at WrestleMania 42, given the fact that they have to do so many different so many different card changes that they've had to go through over the last few months after the Royal Rumble, so many different rotations, moving all of these pieces around, still uncertain of where Gunther is going to wind up on this card with Rey Mysterio out currently. Maybe they bring in Sheamus. Who knows? This is the time to really start to get some headlines going by putting Obafemi over. And I think this is his time. And I think it is a good time to pull the trigger. He's clearly ready. He was very emotional. And that type of emotionality, it draws people in. They not only get behind Obafemi, they get behind the company that had the balls to get behind him. And Brock Lesnar is proof of this. Brock Lesnar saw what we all saw. The crowd was ready to get behind him. And now Brock is ready to get behind him. And I believe the WWE is ready to get behind him. So at WrestleMania 42, there is one thing that is for certain. The WWE has a chance to change the trajectory that they have thus far as 2026 has started. In the first 3 months, almost 4 months, it hasn't really been going good. And they need something to spice it up. And this may be that very thing. So Obafemi going over Brock Lesnar isn't just a match that is important for Obafemi. In my opinion, it is important for the WWE. And I look forward to seeing where they go. And I'm pretty confident that they'll go in the right direction. But that's what I think about this Obafemi Brock Lesnar match. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Is it going to be Suplex City followed by an F5? Is it going to be a smash and bang 7-minute match where Brock Lesnar walks out victorious and Obafemi is left to wonder if he's ever going to start his story? Or will Obafemi dominate in a way that Drew McIntyre did, in a way that Bill Goldberg did, and really cement Obafemi as a top guy in the WWE and give them a superstar for the next 5 to 10 years that can be on the top of the card? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if you guys like this video and more, you can always find me by hitting the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you are always aware when this old head drops from the portal of pro wrestling and gives you insight on the current wrestling product. Guys, this is the Wrestling Old Head. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.